Hey guys, Jerry here, and I had a little bit of time on my lunch break, so instead of plopping down on the couch and watching some American Dad, I thought I'd make this short video for you, and then plop down on the couch and watch American Dad. So, what we have is, it's been a while since I made a video. In fact, it's been very busy here. I taught a class on the spear. I'm preparing for the first of my series of classes on the longsword, and I haven't had much time for the videos. So I wanted to at least throw a little one in there to break the time up, and this is one that I've wanted to make for a while, and it's essentially cautionary tales about purchasing poor swords online, poor historian swords, the inexpensive swords. So the primary example is, you may have seen one of my earlier videos, the India sword review, in which I pointed out that there are 3 total types of India swords, and I only had one, and so since then I've been looking for the other 2, and one of them was the horsehead sword, and I found one online, and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. It's actually the dagger, the shortened version of it, so I can actually talk about both variations, and it was super cheap. It was like 12 bucks. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity, so I bid on it. I got it from eBay. I won, I was so excited, and when it got here, it came in a shortened box, and I was like, oh, that's a little worrisome. And then I opened the box, and I pulled it out, and realized that my worries were true, because this is what I got. And you can see it's definitely made by the same people who made the India sword. Look at how fun that is. You can actually see, it says made in India, and all that fun stuff, and it's made with a shortened version of the blade on the India sword. And of course, it has that little nut that we're all familiar with for being infamous. But it's tiny. It's obviously a miniature version. I can't even get 2 or 3 fingers in through the guard here. It's not meant to be a replica or combat. I don't know what this is. Souvenir or something. It has the velvet covering. It has a ribbon, but I'm not here to review this sword. This is just an example of my desire to buy something without thoroughly reading the description and the information. So I was curious, how did I let this slip by? So I went back after I got it, read the description, and sure enough, it said 9-inch sword. Or it just said 9 inches. I don't remember the exact details of it. My thought was a 9-inch blade, meaning the entire length of this would be the blade, and then there would be a handle down here, which would be fine for me. I misinterpreted that. It was a 9-inch total, and then this blade is 6 inches or so. Cautionary tale, so don't do that. When you are buying a poor sword or cheap sword, poor historian sword, make sure you read the description, because I'm out 12 bucks for this. Which, you know, would have gotten me some food or something nice, or a savings up for a more important or more significant sword. I have another example too. I got this one when my reenacting group, Corvus Cohort, we were originally planning on recreating the unique Spanish raider, mercenary group called an Almogavar. And they had a unique knife called the Cortel, which there's not an exact description of it. I'll go into details probably in a later video. But I bought basically an Arabic-inspired knife, and I got this tiny one. Look at how little that is. This is not a war knife. Honestly, this is a miniature version where someone was trying to make a lot of money. This is clearly cast aluminum of some kind, made to look like an antique. And it has the cute little horse head on the end here, and you can see I wrapped the leather around to try to cover up the fact of how gross it is. But it's just another example of me, and anyone could fall victim to this, getting too excited over a sword purchase, not reading the description. This one didn't cost me very much. I think it was $9. So, I mean, it's not horrific, but if you're unemployed, or if you're, you know, desperate and you've got that desire to get something, make sure you get something that is going to satiate that desire to buy a sword, not something that'll make you sad, depressed, etc. Here you can see how nasty that neck is. So, cautionary tales. Make sure that you're thorough when you purchase a sword, a weapon, any historical replica. online. Make sure you check if it's clothing, make sure you check what the material is, make sure it's not artificial fabric, faux leather, polyester, nylon, etc. If you're a hardcore reenactor, make sure it's not cotton. When you're buying a blade, make sure that you check the length, because some of those photos are deceiving with how big it is. And make sure that you clarify when they give you a length, whether it's the length of the entire weapon or just the length of the blade, because that can be confusing as well. That's all for now. I'm gonna go eat some lunch and then get back to work. I'll catch you all later.